Welcome to Keep It Local, a new program produced by the Greater Beverly Chamber of Commerce and BevCam TV. I'm your host, John King, a chamber member and owner of Headway Strategies Business Consulting.
And I'm Leslie Gould, Executive Director of the Greater Beverly Chamber of Commerce. We're excited to bring you a new program that promotes our GBCC members, but also addresses current trends and issues that affect them, which ultimately affect all of us as consumers.
On this edition, we'll go to the theater with Bill Hanney, owner and producer of the North Shore Music Theater. We'll talk with Marisa Cole of Sensational Travel, and Leslie will talk about what's happening at the chamber offices.
But first, I went on location to speak with Sydney Ortega. She's the owner of Simply Placed, a new curated home decor store in the heart of downtown Beverly.
Everything happens for a reason.
And in Sydney Ortega's case, the everything was simply placed. Her passion and vision for a curated home decor store where the community is welcome and everyone feels right at home.
So Simply Placed is all about like simple and neutral and clean and calming. So if you buy a vase, like a white vase from here, we can put it in your living room or you could put it in your bedroom. It's very transitional and it's not seasonal. So I just wanted to kind of replicate the store. So it's for every season and it's easy and you don't need to spend a lot of money all the time on decorating your home.
Based on the fact that a lot of what you sell, they're neutrals.
Yeah.
How do you see yourself, or don't you, transitioning through the seasons?
Love that question. Yep. So great question. So yes, it's a lot of neutrals, but you can do Christmas in neutral. So you could have a beautiful white Christmas, bringing in wood elements, black elements, white elements. Like black is still a neutral. So bringing in pops of that in a modern flair, like we have like neutral Christmas trees everywhere. So there's a way to do it where it's not chintzy and cheesy with that like traditional red and green. Like that is great, and we have a couple pieces like that, but your whole home doesn't need to be that. And year after year, season after season, you don't get sick of it, right? So you could like move it around and you could add in those touches of color. But for the majority, I would say like 80% of your Christmas decor, in my opinion, should be neutral. And then you bring in the reds, like maybe you have a fun little mug, or maybe you have fun glasses, like that's great, or a red taper candle. So there's ways to do it that's not the red and green.
Ortega landed in Beverly when she fell in love with Cabot Street's quintessential New England charm. Although she's only been open for a few months, Ortega says she's excited to see new retail stores opening that complement her product line. The bones of Beverly are strong, she says, and expanding retail will create the opportunity to keep it local. Ortega says that she has something for everyone. So along with the kitchen, clothing, and home decor, she also has a baby section too. So I had to ask, is a gift registry coming soon?
It's coming. It's coming. And this is what I was telling you before, I'm like, in my head I want to do so many things, and I'm like, Sydney, it's been 3 months. You're okay, you're getting into holiday season. But I am happy to say registries are launching January, February, early next year. Early 2022, we'll have wedding registries. We're also partnering with local real estate agents as well for housewarming gifts. So we're going to do curated housewarming gifts for people that are coming into Beverly and starting their home and their lives here, and as like a welcome gesture. So it's all coming, but that's kind of where like my brain goes. I love that you just got me thinking too, like our cards have been a really good hit, and I just want to be that store for all the milestones. Like this is where you come for your housewarming gift or your baby shower gift or your wedding gift. Like there's just so many life milestones, and home decor is just a really special piece. Whether it's, are you a baker or do you like to cozy up on the couch with like a nice pillow and a throw blanket? We kind of have it all. So the registries are coming. Girls have walked in and they're like, you need to have registries. So we're listening. We're listening to everything that you guys want and need. It might not happen tomorrow, but I'm literally making a list. So it's something I'm really excited to launch.
Currently, as we've all heard of globally, there's a worker shortage, there's a supply chain issue. We want people, obviously, as a Chamber of Commerce, for people to shop locally.
Yeah.
So are you going to have issues? Do you foresee having any issues?
Yeah. It keeps me up at night. But again, we're 3 months. I'm trying to give myself grace. I think everyone walking in here, The store is beautiful. It's stocked. But yeah, we don't know. It's a lot of unknowns. So I'm trying to plan, seeing what you guys are gravitating towards, and just pivoting. I think that's going to be like the key word here, is just pivoting. If we don't have it, we'll direct you into a different area of product that we do have. But yeah, it's a serious thing. I think for being month 3, I've tried to stock the store appropriately. By just the volume that you guys have been doing in our first 3 months, which has been awesome. So we'll see, but yeah, I mean, I just got pumpkins in last week, right? So it's even things I order now, I might get Christmas in January, which is wild. So we are stocked, but everyone's having this problem, right? Targets, Walmart's, big box, Amazon is gonna have this problem. So what you are hearing on the news is shop early, shop early. As a store, like Simply Placed, we're good, we're stocked, but I don't know. I don't know like what's going to happen in December.
Did you stock based on the last 3 months?
I did.
Did you stock a certain kind of item, like whether it's kitchen or home? How did you know which way to go?
Yeah, so even me, I'm not a perfectionist by any means, but I'm like looking around and looking at my Christmas stuff. I'm like, ooh, I wish I did more Christmas decor. Right now we're very like gift heavy, so a lot of like giftable products that you could like bundle up into like a housewarming gift or like something like that. So we are lighter on the home decor stuff, but I stocked what you guys wanted. We do a lot of like gift bundles, so whether you're a baker or love the kitchen like I mentioned before, or like to drink tea, we have a lot of those type of products. So I was listening to what you guys were saying, and I think we're well stocked.
I'm here talking with Bill Hanney. He's the producer and owner of the North Shore Music Theater, really an economic driver for our entire region. Bill, thank you so much for taking time today to talk to me.
Thanks for having me.
All right. You know, coming out of a pandemic, absolutely everyone was talking about the theater and how, you know, it was lights out.
Oh, yeah.
How does it, first of all, how'd you make it through, and how does it feel being back?
We made it through by cutting expenses and doing whatever we had to do just to shut the lights off and turn the heat down and to lay people off. When you think about it, it was almost 2 years because the last show we had done was Christmas Carol, and that's coming up in a couple of weeks. But we made it through it, and the most important part of making it through it was the support of the people. This is the thing I really want to let you know. 98% of our subscribers stuck with us.
That's awesome.
With 2 changes. We were going to come back that year, and then now, it's actually now in 22 with the Broadway season. And for 98% of people to say, well, we're with you. Keep our money. We're still there, you know? It's amazing to me.
Now
it shows the support of the area.
Absolutely. Now that we've gone through that pandemic, do you see yourself from a business model changing how you're doing business,
Yes.
knowing that, oh my God, what if this actually happened again?
No, we actually we had to learn just to how to cut things back without sacrificing anything major, and we're doing that because you learn a lot when you're shut down. Oh, we didn't have to turn that on. We don't have to turn it on again. You know, that kind of thing.
Right.
So it'll make us a better company doing that for sure. We were at our peak, which was great. I've only had it 10 years, but it was at our peak when this thing happened. But when we reopened this with a couple concerts. And then Mamma Mia. The people were just so supportive and so happy. And that was the right show to open with. That is the best show to open with. It's a feel-good, happy, sells tickets. People just loved it.
So talk to us about that feeling. How does it feel? What is the feeling you're getting from both the production side of everything to the audience?
So much just gratitude, happiness that we're reopening and they can go back to their theater and not have to go to Boston. Same, the actors, all the people are back to work. They love that part. And we're coming up, as I said earlier, with the 30th anniversary production of A Christmas Carol. I have not been there that many years, but certainly have enjoyed it the last 10. And Mr. David Coffey is, of course, coming back. We can never lose him.
He is amazing.
If anybody has not seen him do it, you got to...
I've probably seen that show at least 10 times over the past 20 years, if you will.
Yeah.
Amazing, wonderful. What other, obviously A Christmas Carol is probably the largest selling. Is it one of the largest selling
Usually
productions that you do?
It's the good one at the end of the year to keep us going really well because it's all there. The sets are there, the costumes are there, so all the stuff's been done. So we just put it on the stage. But our best season is summer. People love going to the theater in the summertime.
Yes.
We hopefully, God willing, we'll have a summer next year, beginning in June. We have Smoky Joe's Cafe, Cinderella, Buddy Holly, Kinky Boots, and of course, Mr. Coffee coming back in A Christmas Carol, year 31.
Oh my God, keep the man.
Yeah,
absolutely,
absolutely.
no question. Talk to us about the North Shore Music Theater being an economic driver for the region. I mean, the arts, culture. Why is it so important?
Well, I know this. When I took the theater over in 2010, we would go to restaurants. I remember going to the Wild Horse back then, and the owner came out and she just said, "Thank you so much. You have no idea what we lost in business when that theater closed." The restaurants really are the prime businesses that really rely on us. So I know that just from going, well, I went to Patricia's a couple weeks ago. She said, we knew the show was in town. We were full at 6 o'clock, you know. And that's what it takes, you know. It's people, and of course, when we're here, the cast here, they go to stay at hotels and rent cars and go to restaurants themselves, you know. So it's good for everybody. That theater's important.
It is important. Talk to us about the restaurant that is there. It has been closed.
Yep, we're not going to reopen it.
You're not going to reopen
it? It never worked. It was not a necessary part of the theater. We're actually looking to do a food facility down on the main grounds because I think that for some reason that hill was an obstacle. So look forward to something happening soon with the restaurant somewhere on the property.
Awesome. We've got a few seconds left. Anything else you'd like to add?
No, I think that we're just all happy the theater's back and go see A Christmas Carol.
We're so happy that you're back too, Bill. Thank you so much for being here today.
My pleasure.
And now I'm going to kick it over to John, who's going to be talking with Marisa Cole from Sensational Travel.
I'm here with Marisa Cole, and Marisa is the owner of Sensational Travel. As a young man, I took off in a VW microbus and traveled around the country, but nowhere near the kinds of things that you're doing with your travel company. So maybe you could give us a little bit of some background on your organization. I saw your website with that very nice 2-minute clip explaining about where you came from and all that, but can you give us some background?
Sure, real quick bio. I've been in the business now 36 years. I was a young woman who wanted to get into travel, and I started my career with Crimson Travel Service. And for a lot of people in Massachusetts, they'll know that company. Stayed with them while they merged with American Express, and then went out on my own. So I just love helping the vacationer who wants to find a great vacation.
Okay, and on your site, you listed about 4 or 5 different types of things. You have not wedding, but honeymoons. Honeymoons.
Yeah.
You do multi-generational travel, which sounds kind of challenging to me. And then you do bucket list.
I do.
And there's a couple others on there. What?
Destination wedding groups.
Yeah.
And the biggest trend now for the past 8 years has been river cruising.
River cruises, okay. I get those Viking river cruises all the time in the mail. I don't know when I signed up for them, but...
Great marketing for that company.
Yeah, they do that. I would like to get a piece of their advertising because it obviously is happening a lot. What do you see the trends are that people are doing for travel right now? So the river cruises, you talked about that.
That's been a huge boost in the last 8 years because it really is an easy way to see European cities. Now it's being introduced into Asia and it's going into Egypt. So it's a way for travelers to get into a country, into all the little towns and villages. You only unpack once for 7 nights and you really get the cultural experience of that country.
Okay.
So I see that's been big growth over the last 8 years.
Okay. And get the elephant in the room is COVID, right? How did that affect your business as
For
such?
my business and agencies across the country since March 20th, it's definitely been a really difficult year. A lot of us were processing refunds, postponing trips into 21, and then 21 still didn't happen, so now we see trips being postponed to 2022. So it really affected. We had to cut expenses. A lot of agencies just went to a home base operation
yeah.
rather than be storefront. And I do say that there are many companies that do go out of business because of COVID. But I like to say after 36 years, I'm still here.
Well,
I'm
that's
still doing
excellent.
it.
That's excellent. Excellent. So do you work with other people, or is it just you?
I'm a sole proprietor.
Okay.
But I do have a team behind me to help me. And what I like to let people who might be listening know is I'm also a virtuoso agent, which means I have a network of agents across the country who do luxury travel like myself. And then we have travel partners around the world. So when I have somebody who says I have a special birthday and I want to do something really unusual, I can put it together for them.
Excellent. Excellent. So you can help me out with my upcoming 50th wedding anniversary.
Oh my goodness, yes.
We got married at 12, but anyhow, but as it goes on. But so I think that obviously something about with the pandemic, though. I'm sure that people had travel insurance, or maybe they didn't. How does that work?
You know, that's a really good question. For those who had insurance, usually they were protected. They were able to cancel, get a refund. But going forth, what I think it's really important for travelers to know is that if you have insurance now and you're traveling, and there are a lot of obstacles right now when you travel, you have to be tested before you leave the United States. You have to show that to the airline and to the country you go into. Hotels want to also see that COVID test. While you're in a country, you have to know you have to be tested again, either in a ship or in a country to come back to the United States. What if you could be perfectly healthy, you could be negative, and all of a sudden on a vacation, you test positive?
Yeah.
And so for that traveler, they now have to quarantine up to 10 days. If they have the right travel insurance, all those expenses will be covered.
Okay. What about cruises? Now, that seems like just a giant place to get an infection.
Well, you know, the cruise lines, whether it's a mega ship, which I'm talking 4,000 or 5,000 people, or a smaller ship, under 300 people, they're really doing all the protocols they need to do to protect everybody.
Okay.
It is a concern, and I do see this a trend. Most people right now for the winter are slow to book a cruise, but hopefully that'll change in 2022.
Okay. So what would you say to somebody that's looking to make a vacation trip or something like that today?
Well, I've been fortunate. I just came back from Italy with 18 ladies. We did the Amalfi Coast. And again, even with the obstacles, we had a great time. And I see people, they just got to be aware where they're going, what the requirements are. And I'm really busy for 2022.
So you actually guide the tours
I
as
do.
well? Okay.
I do.
Okay. So
One of the biggest trends I've noticed recently since 2018 is I have a niche of ladies who want to travel together.
Right.
And these are ladies who could be divorced, could be widowed, or maybe the husband just doesn't want to travel, but they love the idea of going somewhere. And I find it a lot of fun. I know Bill was talking about Mamma Mia. I played that song on a bus one day. It was fun.
Well, we're just about out of time, but I want to thank you very much for coming and joining
Sure.
us today on Keep It Local, and have the best going forward.
Thank you so
All right,
much. I
thank
really
you.
appreciate it.
Righto. Before we close, Leslie has some exciting things to share with us. What's happening at the Greater Beverly Chamber of Commerce?
Well, there are a couple of things that are happening that we just wanted to keep people, abreast to, if you will. One is we're going to be getting a new logo within the next few months. We had a logo contest over the summer, and we actually did pick a designer who happens to be a professional designer, and we're really excited that after 10 years, while this logo is fabulous, wonderful, sophisticated, we felt that because Beverly and the area has changed so much, the membership has changed so much, that it was time to sort of do a refresh.
Okay.
So we're really excited about that, and hopefully within a month or so, we'll have the new logo exactly as we want it.
Okay,
So right now we're working
and
with
that will
design.
go on the website?
That will
that's
go
coming up?
everywhere.
Okay.
Everywhere. Be branded on your heart, baby.
On my heart. All right. And the website is in process too? Or
So that's the second thing I wanted to let everyone know, that along with our new logo, we'll also be, we're actually right now in the process of interviewing different member website developers that are members of the Chamber for a brand new website. And this will make a lot of people's lives a lot easier. It'll be more modern, it'll be more functional, it will be easy to use, it'll have the back end. It'll just be very helpful to those of us in the office from an administrative point of view. So we're really excited because this is all about rebranding. And as you know, companies have to rebrand, at least every 10 years.
Right.
So.
Well, and the other part of it too is that if you miss this show, you'll be able to see it because it'll be on the website.
Absolutely.
So those will be on there going forward.
And
so
on our YouTube channel, by the way.
And a YouTube channel. Okay, so we a lot of communication going out here. Anything else, Leslie, that you want to bring forth at this point?
Right now, that's what we're doing. So I'd say those are the two biggies that are happening because it's really the umbrella of the chamber. I mean, our website and our logo really say who we are. If you don't know who we are, it gets people to recognize us and it gets people in the door. I mean, our website is the front door to our business, our not only our organization, but our business community. So they're two really key components to any business.
Super. Well, I think that's our show for today. We want to thank you for watching us. If you're interested in becoming a member of the Greater Beverly Chamber of Commerce, please reach out to the local email address at info@greaterbeverlychamber.com. And thanks for watching. Leslie, it's been good to work with you again. We'll do this, and we'll see you in the next show. Thank you very much, and have a good week.
Ooh, I like these. These are awesome. Who doesn't need these? These are bloopers that we'll put in later.